The dichotomy of men. Now I become death, destroyer of worlds. Versus, I'm just Ken. Where I see love, she sees a friend. What will it take for her to see the man behind the tan and fight for me? Thank you.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
He's been practicing that.
I have been practicing that, but welcome back to the Unusual Couple podcast.
So true.
It is the
filming.
31st episode in the span of over 2 years.
Hey, but we're working on it.
We're here.
We're here, and that's all that
And what
truly
and what brought
matters.
us back for this specific episode?
Barbenheimer.
Yep,
Such a funny little name.
it is the greatest marketing ploy I would argue ever, or I mean,
Oh, for sure.
going off of, hey, there's competition with Barbie and Oppenheimer and flipping that on its head and benefiting both movies, I think, truly. I don't think either film would have done as good without the other.
Not in the slightest.
I think Barbie would have still held its own, but a lot of people, like, maybe say close friends of mine or just, people I know through the movie space, they might not have gone and seen Barbie if it weren't for the double feature.
Correct. I think a lot of people...
But more importantly, Oppenheimer, huge boost because of people who would just go see Barbie, probably would have not seen Oppenheimer ever, but they went for the double feature.
Correct. I fully agree. I think Oppenheimer benefited more from the dual feature than Barbie did, but I think they both benefited overall.
Greatly, yeah. I mean, Oppenheimer did $80 million domestic in its opening weekend. For an R-rated historical biopic, 3 hours, mind you.
Yeah.
Very impressive. That's actually the 11th biggest opening of all time domestically for an R-rated film.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And like the fifth highest was 91 million. So it was close to cracking the top 5. It was about $10 million off from cracking the top 5 best domestic opening for an R-rated film. Damn. Worldwide, it's just crossed 200 million. Barbie just crossed 400 million. Both films going to continue to rack it up at the box office. I honestly think $1 billion on the table for Barbie. It's at 400 million already.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to hit
I think it hits $1 billion. Yeah.
For sure.
Because honestly, people might do the Barbenheimer double feature this upcoming weekend.
I also I think, I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. I feel like when girls want to go see a movie, they'll go see it multiple times.
Fair. Will you see Barbie again or no? You already seen it twice.
I've already seen it twice.
As have I. We've both seen. Well, you've seen Barbie twice. I've seen Barbie twice. I've seen Oppenheimer twice. You've seen Oppenheimer once.
Yeah. I don't know. We go to the movies a lot, so I don't know if I'll go see it.
We do.
Again.
We really do.
When it's on digital, obviously I'll watch it.
I mean, I went to 6 movies in 7 days.
Yeah, that's too much for me personally.
That was Monday, Haunted Mansion. Tuesday, Barbie. You were with me.
Yeah.
Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, Oppenheimer for me. Friday, nothing. Saturday, Barbenheimer double feature. Sunday, Mission Impossible for me, round 2.
That's a lot.
You, round 1. So a lot of that was rewatching movies at the cinema, which is like...
You got the cinema.
Which is like a big deal because that means the movies had to be good for me to go back to them.
Yeah.
We did see Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning.
Yeah, I finally saw it. I didn't get to see it when it first came out.
Honestly, I didn't want to bring this up, but I think I need to address something that happened when we were there.
I'll bring it up.
Please do.
Dude, okay, so we're
I
in
think
the
we
movie
witnessed
theater.
Abuse.
Yeah, we're in the movie theater. Yeah. I texted Sophia about this. We're watching, and there's this family of 3 in the row in front of us, like on the, the base row, I guess, the row that's on the floor pretty much. And it's a mom and a dad, and what I assume is their special needs child. He's in a wheelchair. He had on noise-canceling headphones, and he was, making noise, which is, fine, I'm not judging the kid. The kid is in no wrong here. The issue was the parents and the way that they handled it. Normally, I feel like when your kid, regardless of if the kid has special needs or not, if you bring your kid to the theater and they start making noise, the polite thing to do is to exit the theater with your child and comfort them, sort them out, make sure they're okay. If they can't settle down, you leave the theater because then you're hindering the experience of everyone else. Sucks that you don't get to see your movie, but that's what happens when you have a kid. And again, this is regardless of if the kid is special needs or not, because I've been in theaters where there's children making noise left and right, and they're just being loud for no reason.
Yeah.
And so this Mission Impossible is a loud movie, right? So this kid is like, you know, making noises and stuff. And the mom, instead of taking the kid out of the theater, well, the dad gets up and I think the dad is going to like take the kid out of the theater. But what the dad does is he just turns the wheelchair around so the kid's facing the wall. So the kid's facing like
us,
like the back of the theater. And me and Chris are kind of like, okay. Mm-hmm. And then the kid is still making noise, especially because like loud bomb noises are happening in the movie pretty much, like loud explosion noises. And
mind you, at this point, it's escalated from making noise to outright like screaming out loud. Like I am like, very uncomfortable and do not want to be in here. And so what do? They put another pair of headphones on the kid.
Well, the dad like left the theater after turning the kid around. The dad like walked out.
Yeah.
And then the kid's still making noise, and the mom just is like shoving her hand like in his mouth, like trying to shut him up,
muffling him.
And then the dad comes back and they put a second pair of noise canceling headphones on top of the headphones he already had on. Which, by the way, that's not how noise canceling headphones work.
No,
they probably weren't even on to activate the noise canceling.
No, and it was.
And then they gave him an iPad to like hopefully settle him down. So it was a bright ass iPad. And then the kid is still making noise, and the mom's still like shoving her hand like in his mouth and like shoving her hand like over his eyes or something. And I'm like, your poor child does not want to be here.
Yeah.
Take him out of the theater. It got to a point where it was like, I don't care that it's hindering my experience of the movie. Respect your kid. Like, get him out. He doesn't want to be here.
Yeah. And fortunately for everyone involved,
they left eventually.
They left. It was in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah,
it was within the first 15 minutes.
It's not that I missed any of the talking in the first 15 minutes of the movie. But, like, that scene where, I mean, not really spoilers, but I guess, like, Tom Cruise recruited someone to the IMF.
That was honestly only important because there was a callback to it later with, like, accepting the call or whatever it's called.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't
get
the
choice, excuse me, the choice.
I was just, like, concerned about the kid the whole time. I was like, it's just mean to your child.
It was like really uncomfortable to sit there and watch.
I felt really
it was
bad
abusive behavior to me to
I felt so bad for
like
the kid.
shoving your hand down someone's throat to like shut them up.
I really hope that was like an aunt taking care of. Like,
I don't know why.
I really hope that was not that kid's mother, because that's not how you handle any child, let alone a child with special needs.
It was really uncomfortable to watch, and I was like,
I felt really bad for the kid.
Yeah, I was almost like I leaned over. I was like, if this persists, we need to just leave.
Yeah, I'm like,
because
I don't know.
I don't feel comfortable being in here anymore. But anyway,
keeping them in my thoughts and prayers, because that was just not a fun thing to witness.
It was weird, unsettling would be
like
the correct
if
word.
If you ever see someone like muffling a special needs child's mouth in public, like if we were at a fair or something and someone was doing that to a kid, like people would be like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yeah. It was really really uncomfortable.
I was like, how badly do you really need to see Mission Impossible 7 right now?
Yeah. It was a Sunday at like noon.
To muzzle your child?
No.
Like,
no need.
Not necessary at all. Yeah. But we saw the movie. It was good. I liked it. I had a fun time.
I enjoyed the film quite a bit. It's like it's in my top 5 of the year. I will say on rewatch, it does drag more noticeably for me.
There's like
and
not
I'm
a lot of
very
action
excited for
in the
part
beginning.
2.
It's like the least actionable.
It's the least action-packed MI in a while, which is weird because like the train sequence and everything. But you are right, and I think the main plot's like not as intriguing as it could have been.
No, it has awesome action pieces when there is action, but when there's not action, there's not a lot of it. Like the ratio,
and that's why I think it's more like setup. And now we understand what they're kind of going after in the next movie.
I think the next one's going to be so good.
I think Dead Reckoning Part 2 is going to be incredible. I still think this one's amazing, by the way, but it's not on Fallout level.
Are we allowed to do spoilers? It's been out for 2 weeks.
Not a lot of people have seen Mission Impossible, though, so just don't.
I won't spoil. What I will say, though, is that if you guys know me, if you follow me, I think you know I'm not the biggest Captain Carter stan. I'm not Haley Atwell's biggest fan. For no real particular reason. I think she was kind of... I know during like the Winter Soldier era, Haley Atwell was like really awful to the girl that plays Sharon Carter.
Damn.
She like has like it's a whole history lesson for Marvel fandom for you real quick that you probably don't know. Haley Atwell used to be like super obsessed with Chris Evans. And then so when they brought the character of Sharon Carter in, she like didn't like that Chris Evans / Captain America was getting a new sort of love interest that wasn't Peggy.
Huh.
So that's why like when every time Peggy Carter comes back into a project, everyone's like, what does Haley Atwell have over Kevin Feige? Like, what does she have over his head for her to keep coming back?
Yeah.
She's always there.
Yeah.
What if she's going to be back again? Like in season 2 of What If?
I don't think that's ever going to happen. That might be a topic for another time.
The season?
I think they're going to scrap a lot of things for Disney Plus.
I think What If might be the only thing they're banking on because animators are different than actors. So like the Animators Guild or whatever that is isn't on strike. So
True, but
animation shows can keep happening.
who's going to voice the characters?
You know, you make a good point. I didn't think about
that.
that.
Also, I just think that they're cutting back because they realize how much money they're losing, putting pretty meh content on Disney Plus, frankly. So,
but regardless, she's just everywhere. She's always there. And then when she was in Multiverse of Madness, everyone was like, how is she here? Literally, there's so many other characters that they could have put on the Illuminati besides Captain Carter. There was no demand to see her in live action, except for maybe like a small handful of people.
Yeah, I don't really care about that movie or
same, but it's like
really.
So it's like a thing that she was kind of really mean to the actress that played Sharon. Blah 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 blah. I've never been Haley's biggest fan, so watching her in this movie was interesting to say the least. She's very pretty though. I'll give her that much.
Yeah, she plays the character Grace, sort of a thief of sorts. But yeah, there's some interesting things that happen. I'm excited for part 2. But what you guys really want to hear us talk about is the 2 big movies of the summer right now.
Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer, yeah. So I say we start by recapping our day.
Go ahead.
First of all, I saw both films prior to the double feature. Cam saw just Barbie.
Just Barbie.
So the recap of Barbenheimer, right? And let us know down below if you're watching the video version, your Barbenheimer plans. How did they go? But here's what we did. We met up with some friends, 2 other couples.
Yes.
For brunch before Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer's at 11:45 a.m. So we had brunch, and it was delicious. I had pancakes and bacon.
I had French toast and sausage.
Ooh, it was good. Yeah, and that was at like 10 something. We went a little too early, so then we just hung out for a bit. Went and saw Oppenheimer in Dolby, mind you. And I saw it in IMAX the first time, not 70mm regular. I'm trying to go around 3 70mm IMAX. Mall of Georgia has 70mm IMAX.
Are you going to bring me to that?
No.
Why?
You want to see Oppenheimer again?
No, I want to go shopping.
Oh, you go and do your thing and
I'm
I'll
so
watch
serious.
It?
I said that when you brought it up. I was like, let's go to the Mall of Georgia. I'll drop you off at the movie theater like a little boy and I'll go shopping.
3 hours later.
If worst case scenario, I just sit in the food court and wait for you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because Mall of Georgia
what if I want to go with like a friend of mine or something who wants to see it in 70mm?
Am I not allowed to still come?
You can come.
Who are you going to go with?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Anyway, that's on the table still for me. But Dolby Round 2, it was so... Like, the thing about Dolby that's neat is it's so loud, at least in this specific one, it rattles your seat.
It's immersive.
And as you know, there is a bomb scene in the movie.
Spoilers! There is a bomb in Oppenheimer.
And when that ignites, it's sort of quiet for a bit, and then when it fully, goes off, it rocks your world in a way.
Yeah.
So, really loud. I loved the score in Dolby. I mean, it was just it was like, again, rattling is the way I use it, but in the best possible way. That got out at about 3, I would say, right? 3 o'clock? 3:15?
Yeah.
Or a little, I don't even know. Hold on, let me do this math. So it started at
noon.
Noon, because they only did about 15 minutes of
started at 11:45, because I remember it happened, and me and Morgan went to text you guys.
Yeah. And normally, I think they play more previews, but because it was Dolby and because they needed to get more screenings out, they did a little bit less previews.
You know what's funny? So the previews end, and the Dolby logo comes on screen, and I don't know why they did this. Maybe
it's
to encourage the double feature,
Yep.
but the Dolby logo was Barbie, and like the Barbie music started playing.
It's playing Dance the Night Away.
Yeah, like it started playing like the Dua Lipa song, and we all were kind of like, did we?
I literally, the whole theater was
all
like,
of us were like, are we in the wrong movie?
Cinema? And
I was like, are we in the wrong Dolby theater? Like,
it was a little alarming. My heart sank. I was like, oh no. And it's not because I was scared to watch Barbie again. It was because I was like,
because we already had tickets for Barbie later in the day.
It really freaked me out, but it was smart. And I wonder if you saw Barbie in Dolby, did they do some sort of Oppenheimer thing with it? That would have been pretty neat.
That's cool.
But either way, it was like 3 o'clock. So then there was a Taco Mac
Yeah.
in the parking lot, which is like, for those who don't know, it's basically a wing. It's like a sports bar.
Yeah, it's good.
So we got wings.
Yes, sir.
And I had some beers with my friends.
Yes, he did.
And it was fun. Loosened up, talked film, cinema.
I had a Dr. Pepper to wake me up after that 3-hour movie.
And that was for about an hour or so. And then we booked it back over to the theater for Barbie at 4:45.
I had to sprint into the theater because we were late for the previews, and I only caught the end half of the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes trailer. I haven't seen it in theaters yet, and I was kind of crushed that I missed it. But I sprinted. I kind of pushed past some people. I was like, out of my way.
You really did.
I
was
heard,
like, oh, there she goes.
I heard the Hunger Games, and I just started running. What do you want from me?
You took off, and there's no stopping you when you do that. So it
Yeah.
is what it is. We saw Barbie, and
it was great. I cried again.
I had popcorn, and like
we had some drinks. Oh, the theater had like a Barbie themed drink. It was like a pop rock concoction.
It was
good, but it was loud. Like the pop rocks were popping, so I had to like kind of cover the drink to make.
I got up during the movie to get another drink, and I was out of the movie for like 10 minutes. Yeah, but it was honestly fine. Yeah. I missed like the scene where Alan is like fighting the dudes. I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I know the movie. I've seen it, so I wasn't mad about it.
Yeah.
I didn't get up during Oppenheimer, which is cool because I did the first time.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm a paranoid little boy, and it was a full. I don't like going on the opening Thursday night showings usually because like I just get uneasy in theater sometimes. If it's not like a press screening where I know there's like literal security guards walking around monitoring everybody, I just get a little on edge. And someone who I hadn't seen leave the theater walked into the theater. And this was right around the hour mark, and they had like a COVID mask on and like a hat. And so I was like, huh. And they had like something in their hand, like a bag, and they were like looking up, and then they kept like going down, and I was like,
Chris is constantly scared of someone shooting up a movie theater.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm going to go check this out. So I got up to go to the bathroom.
What part did you get up during?
It was like right near the end of Act 1. It was like as Matt Damon was recruiting Oppie to go to Los Alamos.
When they call him Oppie, it makes him sound like a cute little bean.
Like a Disney character or something.
Oppie.
Yeah. So I went to the bathroom then, and I followed the dude out. He was like right in front of me. He was like already walking as I was walking. And he had like a brown, like big bag, like with two handles you would get from like a grocery store. And there was like wrapping paper in it and like a Yeti cup. And I don't know what the hell he was doing. Was he trying to deliver food maybe? I have no clue.
Weird.
But he just left. And then later in the movie, this guy gets up. If you do this, you should be arrested. This guy gets up and just walks to where the aisle exit is and is standing there and decides, I'm going to watch the last 45 minutes of the movie here.
He stood there for 45 minutes?
Yeah, 45 minutes.
I could understand maybe just getting up and walking over to the aisle for like a few minutes if it's a 3-hour movie, because some people have bad leg circulation.
Go if you I feel for those people, but go out of the theater, because in today's day and age, I'm sorry,
to where someone can't
it is
see you.
unacceptable. Yes, it is unacceptable to put everyone else at
it's okay.
Such a stress level, because we live in America, and it's like shit happens and it's scary.
Yeah, they don't even check my bag for like a water bottle.
Exactly.
In the movie,
so you never know, and you just got to be aware of your surroundings. And so that had me a little uneasy.
Yeah.
Way more relaxed for Dolby. We were the back row, and I was just chilling. I honestly enjoyed the movie 10 times more on rewatch even, and I loved it the first time.
Yeah.
But
I'm
Barbie,
happy for you.
4:45 was fun. Full house.
Yeah.
People dressed to the
nines, baby.
And that got out at like 7? Right around 7?
Probably, yeah.
And I didn't eat the rest of the day because I was so full.
Yeah.
Then we went, hung out with our friends, discussed it all. But it was a fun day.
Super
I would honestly say one of the most fun days of the whole year for me. Like, I truly...
Same.
It was just great vibes from the morning till the time I went to sleep.
They're a good bunch of people to hang out with.
Fantastic. And it was just so much fun going... I say this because it's... As someone who reviews movies all the time and goes to early screenings, it's so nice sometimes to step away from that and just go to the movie as a movie fan more so than anything else. And when I get out of that movie, all I'm doing is talking about it with my friends. I'm not going and making a video on it immediately. I'm not doing this. I'm just going. I'm enjoying the movie, and it's so relaxing. That's what I love right now, is when I love a movie, I go for round 2. It's like, that's my treat. I'm treating myself. I don't have to make a video about this. I'm just going to watch it, and it's for the vibes.
Yeah.
So
I'm always there for the vibes.
So yeah, that was our Barbenheimer day recap. But when it comes down to the movies, quick reviews possibly.
Yeah, I can honestly. Can I like kind of read my Letterboxd reviews for both?
Please. I'll do the same.
I pride myself on my Letterboxd reviews because they're so unserious every time I make them, and I think I'm hilarious, so I really enjoy reading them to people. Let's see. Here's my review for Barbie.
Let's hear it. I'm on my Letterboxd as well.
Man, this movie was in all caps. It's hilarious and beautiful and campy and emotional and moving and just really everything. This movie deserves to be watched with your girlfriends, your sisters, and your moms. Women, in all caps, with about 15 exclamation points afterwards. Greta has done it again. Margot is incredible. And Ryan kenned his little heart out. A beautiful movie about what it's like to be a woman. 5 stars and a heart. And if you give it a heart on Letterboxd, the heart is pink.
I wish that it showed up pink like there, though.
I know.
You know?
I know.
That's an error.
Do you want to read yours?
Yes.
Oh my God, his is like, start out with your introduction and then move into your body paragraphs. Go ahead.
Well, my introduction is watch my full review here because I always got to plug the YouTube vid.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
All right, here we go. Here's my long review of Barbie.
Hit us with it.
This is after my first viewing. Let's go party. Barbie is a fun movie. Or is it? It's a blend of so many genres that at times it can feel all over the place. That being said, the comedy really works for me. Whether it be Ryan Gosling's Ken breaking out into song and dance or Margot Robbie's Barbie cracking a perfectly timed one-liner, the humor in this film is a hit. In fact, the cast all around owns their roles. It reminded me a lot of Elf in the first act, this fish out of water story, yet with some commentary on gender roles in society. It plays well for a good while, but at a certain point, the movie felt super repetitive for me, like beating us over the head with the main message. At times, it feels like multiple movies meshed into one, which can get frustrating. Overall, Barbie is an unapologetically wacky movie that has some home run laughs and displays deeper themes regarding what it is truly like to be a woman. I didn't outright adore this one like I wanted to, but it's a really solid watch. And remember, I'm just Ken. I think I can craft those things kind of well. I like to do stuff like that.
Yours are very much more serious than mine, which is fair.
That's fine.
I think that's how we are in general.
It literally is.
Jinx.
Wow.
Favorite character in
Rating
Barbie?
was 3.5 out of 5. What? He hates it? Yeah.
Chris hates women.
I confirmed.
I'm dating a misogynist, you guys.
You really are. Yeah.
It's so funny because if anybody ever
that's going to get clipped now. Someone's literally going to be like, you're dating a pig.
If anybody were to ever comment on any of Chris's stuff, like, you're a misogynist, you hate women, it's so funny to me because anybody who knows me knows I could never date somebody like that ever in a million gajillion trillion years.
You don't want to date an alpha male, bro?
No, I'm the alpha. I'm the alpha male.
You are. That's fine.
Okay, here's my
without the toxicity.
Correct. Here's my Oppenheimer review. 4 stars out of 5.
She hated it, guys. No, I'm kidding.
This movie was spectacular. Gorgeous visuals, amazing acting, and my favorite part, the score. The only reason this isn't a 5-star movie for me is because I'm not a history girly and I fear I never will be.
Damn shame.
My favorite parts of the movie were when it involved the science side of the story. I feel like if I could have shrunk down a little history buff and put them in my ear to have them explain the whole movie to me, I would have followed it much better. In parentheses, but that has nothing to do with the film itself. That's all on me and my inability to retain names and anything history related. I want to give Cillian and RDJ their 10s. Absolutely amazing performances. Special shout out to Jack Quaid for playing the bongos.
Yeah. Huey kind of ate.
Yeah.
Very well said. Here's mine. And I didn't really do a in-depth review on Letterboxd for Oppenheimer because I have a 9-minute review on YouTube and I was kind of just praising it. I basically say, you'll see what I mean. 5 out of 5. Here we go. Christopher Nolan does it again. I was captivated from the opening frame to the moment the credits rolled. Like, genuinely, this movie is flawless, from the technical achievements to the incredible performances across the board. Oppenheimer might just be Nolan's best-made film. I have a lot to say about this one, so check out my video review linked above for a more in-depth breakdown, which is true. I didn't feel like typing out an essay. I had worded it all so well, thematically breaking it down from a technical standpoint, all that in my actual review.
That's fine.
Which, again, that will be somewhere in the video version. But
I don't know how to do
something
that.
Really?
The thing where on the little eye, the circle.
Really?
That pops.
It's just called cards.
I don't know how to do that.
You've never done it?
No.
Damn. I feel like that scene in National Treasure where Riley's like, wait, I'm going to soak this moment in. I know something you don't.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say that.
With the Benjamin Franklin.
Because, you're normally the one that's technologically inept.
Time zones.
I'm sure I could figure it out. I've just never bothered.
Wow. That's pretty cool. That I know something you don't.
Yeah, soak it in because it doesn't happen often.
It doesn't. So Oppenheimer is such a powerful movie for me, and I've been listening to the score a lot lately, but what I love about it is that it is a dialogue-driven movie, and those are some of my favorite movies.
True.
But it's insane to me that at about the 2-hour mark is when the test happens, and there's a whole hour after the nuclear bomb sort of test where it becomes this almost courtroom drama in a way. I don't want to say too much, but it was enthralling without these in-your-face action scenes.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, and I hate to say this because I hate to sound like this guy, but I'm going to say this because I trust you and you'll understand what I mean.
Go ahead and say it.
There are, I hate to even try and group people in it, but there are people out there who I think, I'm not saying they don't have attention spans. I'm not saying they only consume comic book media.
They just need constant action.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Explosions and stuff. And I feel bad saying that because it's like, oh, you think you're better than me, blah, blah, blah. No. It's like, no, because I love comic book movies
people
just as much
like
as the
what
next
they
guy.
like.
Yeah, exactly. I just think that I saw a review. I'm not going to say who, and it was...
Can you tell me who after?
It was a very hated person. The person is a woman. I don't but she's like, I'm just going to say it. Grace Randolph. If you know, like, horrible. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, no one's going to judge you for shitting on her review.
Apparently, she said
no one likes
there's
her.
too much talking in the movie.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So whatever, but it's definitely a dialogue-driven movie. I love history. You know this. I love Nolan. I love the cast. I mean, everything about it. It was my cup of tea, and I know that's not gonna be for everybody. I think going in, and I think some people legitimately might have expected like action though.
I literally was.
I'm not singling out anyone here. It's just like I've seen on Twitter be like, oh, it's so boring, and like I get it. You know, maybe it's just not your subject matter you're interested in.
During AP US history, when we would probably be learning about Oppenheimer, I was too busy flirting with Chris at the time, so I simply was not retaining any of that information.
This is true.
So I didn't know what was going on in the movie. Favorite character in Oppenheimer was...
Wow. I mean, besides J. Robert Oppenheimer himself, I would say I want to shout out 3. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah.
Kitty.
Is that
Emily
Blunt? Yeah.
She eats in the third act.
Yeah.
I have chills thinking about her eating that man up right now.
Her scene is
it's
so good.
So
I
good.
literally was upset when it ended. Like, I was like, what the fuck?
16 years ago? No, 17. Excuse me. 18.
I was
like, hell yeah.
She's so girl boss.
That's so beautiful. Such a great scene. She ate. And Jason Clarke plays, I think, Roger Robb. One of the biggest. He might win Dick of the Year for movies. Yeah. God, he was such an asshole.
Isn't he normally an asshole?
He's the stereotypical asshole in every movie, but that makes him a good actor.
Yeah.
I talking about Oppenheimer, I'm so excited to watch it again. God, Emily Blunt, please give her the Oscar.
Yeah.
Please.
She needs it.
Florence wasn't in it as much as you would expect, but she also eats. She doesn't have she's a very subdued role.
Did you see that they're CGIing a dress onto her in certain countries? I think that's so funny.
Weird. Really weird. But yeah, favorite character, Kitty. I like
Strauss.
Mm.
Oh, no.
I can't say too much. I don't want to reveal anything, but performance-wise, yes. But I mean...
Character-wise, no.
No. I like Alden Ehrenreich's character, and Rami Malek has a small role I dig.
Yeah, Rami Malek also ate.
Those two characters, man, they were good. What about you?
Besides Emily Blunt, I'm going to go with Jack Quaid, whoever he played.
The Bongos.
So funny. Absolutely so funny. He also, he had a really good line. I forgot what it was, though. It's when they're walking through like that courtyard.
Oh, yeah. I think one of the funniest things that's come out of this movie is like any meme regarding Drake and Josh with Josh Peck. It's so funny.
No, he literally like at one point...
I got to pull it up. I think you sent it to me on Twitter.
He at one point makes a face that's genuinely like the Drake and Josh face, like the...
Someone sent me something. It was so funny.
It really got to me.
I have to find this real quick. It might have been on TikTok, but it was like a quick snippet, and it was like a transition. It was so funny. I think... Hold on. I really have to find this. Give me 1 second.
You're going to take your time.
Yeah, Josh Peck. I think I even saw an interview about like how he.
I don't think I sent it to you.
It was like an interview about how he got the role or something. It's just so bizarre that he ended up in the movie. You know. Look, I don't know where it is, but it was funny. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Do you want to do our little game thingy?
Yeah.
So obviously, Barbie and Oppenheimer are two of arguably the most stacked casts maybe ever. Like. Yeah. Especially for like a dual feature sort of movie. It's basically like...
For a superhero movie,
if you didn't get the job in Oppenheimer, you got the job in Barbie pretty much.
That's about right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go through not all, because that's way too many, but most of, or at least some of the famous actors in each movie.
Yes.
And we're going to give our favorite project by that actor or actress.
This includes movies, TV shows.
Yes, any project.
Yeah. Skit, comedy, who knows? We'll see what we get into. So,
okay, interesting.
We'll start with Oppenheimer. Cillian Murphy has been in
quite a few
Christopher Nolan movies, I think, and Peaky Blinders.
Christopher
I haven't
Nolan's
watched.
little
I know.
buddy.
He is. Having seen all of that,
Do you want to do like a 1, 2, 3 type
let's
thing
do
and
1,
say
2,
it at
3.
the same time?
Okay, let's do 1, 2, 3. I just changed what I had written on the paper to
Oh
what's in my
shit!
head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
3, 2, 1. All right. On one, like after I say one. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Inception.
Yeah.
I was like,
Really?
I had
Over any
Oppenheimer.
of the Dark Knight movies?
Yeah, I take Inception as my favorite Nolan movie. Spoilers for my ranking. But
No,
yeah.
it's not your favorite Nolan movie. It's your favorite Cillian Murphy project.
My favorite Cillian Murphy project is Inception.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's in a bunch of Nolan movies, and Inception is above all those.
Okay.
Nolan
Word.
movies.
What did you have written on your paper?
Oppenheimer.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I love Oppenheimer, but that was like cheating. But I will say that's his best performance I've seen. I want to shout out Peaky Blinders. I need to watch it. I have heard amazing things.
Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, by order of the Peaky Blinders. I haven't seen it, but yeah.
Peaky Blinders.
I'm excited to watch that, but anyway, we'll move on.
Next, we're gonna do RDJ.
Yeah, ready?
1, 2, 3.
Iron
Civil
Man.
War.
Yeah.
think
And
he's
that sort of encapsulates any movie where he's playing Iron Man, but I think I'd choose Iron Man over
the first one?
the Avengers films
Yeah.
because it's like his baby, and it's, you know how big of a soft spot I have for that movie.
I love him in Civil War because the moment between him and Cap is just.
This is one of my
So
favorite
good.
line deliveries from him ever, and frankly, after Oppenheimer,
Don't bullshit me, Rogers.
how'd you know?
Did
Yeah, he goes
no.
like this. Ready? Don't bullshit me, Rogers. Did you know?
You know Bucky's crying
He's
in that
snarling.
scene.
I'm like,
Did you know that Bucky's crying in that scene?
Yeah.
There's a shot where Steve goes to hold Tony back.
He goes to hold Mr. Downey back.
No, he goes to hold Tony back from like
Yeah.
going at him, and Bucky like holds his gun up. But if you pause it, Sebastian Stan's got tears in his eyes. Why? Because everything we have about Bucky Barnes was given to us by Sebastian Stan only.
Yeah, so I go Iron Man with that, and I will say his performance is Oscar-worthy in Oppenheimer, and I think there's like moments of brilliance just like that in the MCU that are just overlooked by Academy Awards voters because it's in the MCU.
Yeah,
That's just my opinion.
very fair.
All right, next we got Emily Blunt.
Ready?
Ready. 3, 2, 1. A
The
Quiet
Devil Wears
Place.
Prada.
Okay. Devil Wears Prada. Elaborate.
It's just the best movie ever. Not really, but it's
One of
like
the best, like,
it's one of my comfort
chick
movies.
flick movies? I don't know.
Yeah, air quote chick flick. It's my dad's favorite chick flick,
Yeah.
which I don't know why, but it is. Amazing cast. She's so good in it, and I think that's really before she ever got famous too. She's spectacular,
She is.
and it's
She's also
just-
married to John Krasinski.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Great pick. A Quiet Place for me
She's so good in that.
because the bathtub scene
Yeah,
when she's like giving birth
so good.
and she cannot make noise. Oh,
could never be anybody ever.
Oscar her right there. Honestly, should have been nominated at least.
I agree.
Next we got Florence Pugh. This one's tough, but we're just gonna run with it. You ready?
Yeah,
Favorite project she's in, right?
yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oppenheimer.
Don't worry, darling.
Ooh,
Here's the thing. Isn't necessarily my favorite project that she's in. I'm not sure. Neither of us have seen Midsummer, so that doesn't count.
and it wouldn't be so.
I don't
Sorry,
know if
I
it's
just don't think
necessarily.
that movie's. I
like-
know about it, but anyway.
Obviously, I like Black Widow and I like Hawkeye, but
Wait a second. What about Little Women?
that's a good one. I just love her performance in Don't
That's
Worry,
fair,
Darling.
that's fair.
Like, Don't Worry, Darling may not be my favorite movie from her like catalog or whatever, but I just think that she's so spectacular in it. Like the scene where she's like figuring everything out and she's like, she's just so good. She's
She's great.
so good in that movie.
She is.
I really wish that like drama didn't surround that movie, so she really could have gotten like what she deserved.
I think that movie's better than people give it credit for.
Though for sure,
100%.
people can't see past Harry Styles.
Yeah, he's actually good in the movie. Next we got Mr. Damon, Matt Damon.
Should we go ahead and say
Good Will Hunting is one of the greatest movies of all time. That's
we're
literally in my top 5.
We're literally exempting
We're
Good Will
not gonna
Hunting
do
from
that.
this. We both would have picked that probably, but we're exempting it because it's just so good. It's just unfair.
Yep.
It's honestly unfair to compare it to anything else ever.
My boy's wicked smart. Yeah, the movie's so cool. I love that movie. But
So besides Good Will Hunting,
yeah.
favorite Matt Damon project, 3, 2, 1,
The
The Martian.
Departed. Martian's a great movie.
I love The Martian. That's like
Yeah.
one of my favorite plane movies.
Yeah, I mean, you know who's in that? Sebastian Stan.
Everyone's in
Jessica
it.
Chastain.
Uh-huh.
Sean Bean, who plays Ned Stark. Michael Pena.
It's a really talented cast.
I believe Chiwetel Ejiofor. He's
The guy that plays Luis in Ant-Man.
That's Michael Pena.
Yeah.
You've got Matt Damon. You've also got The list goes on and on. I'm forgetting some. It's one of the most star-studded casts. And
It's an incredible movie.
it is. It's a great movie.
It's one of the movies that I watched because Sebastian Stan was in it and then ended up loving it regardless.
Yeah.
I'm a big space person. I don't know if you can tell on the video footage. Right above here, there's pictures of space. I got pictures of space all around my room because I love NASA and I love space. It's one of my favorite things. So I love watching him live on Mars.
For me, it's The Departed, which you got to say in a Boston accent.
Haven't seen.
It's you honestly, it would be a good. You've never seen you've seen The Wolf of Wall Street, but Martin Scorsese directs it. It's the one that won Best Picture for him. You've got Leo. I'm gonna pitch this to you.
Okay.
And I don't know if the pitch is a spoiler, but I'm just gonna tell you anyway. Ready? Leonardo DiCaprio is a cop. He goes undercover to investigate Jack Nicholson's sort of mob activities.
All right.
Now, at the same time, Matt Damon is a cop, but he was raised by Jack Nicholson's sort of mob, so he becomes a cop to become a rat. Oh. So you've got Matt Damon and Leo, who have like opposite allegiances, but they're kind of in switched roles. Jack Nicholson running the mob. Mark Wahlberg's in there. You've got Alec Baldwin. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's a movie. I promise you would be shocked. Your jaw would be on the floor at one point. I promise. Okay. Hand to God, I promise.
We can watch it.
One of the best movies actually I've ever seen. Seriously. Next we got Jack Quaid. I know exactly what you're about to do. If you're about to do that, aren't you?
Count down.
Can we say what the other person's gonna say?
No, because I
can't.
Yeah, I don't want you to know what I'm going to say.
I know exactly
I
what you're
can't believe you. I thought I was going to get you with this.
No way. 3, 2, 1, The Boys.
The Hunger Games.
Oh, shit.
What did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to say Across the Spider-Verse.
No, The Hunger Games.
Because he's the voice of...
he is the voice of Gwen's Peter.
Yes.
No, baby.
Okay, I would have been wrong.
Baby,
The
Hunger Games.
This is true. He's a scumbag, though. He kills Rue.
I did get him. That doesn't matter. It's still my favorite project from him.
I know, but
by a long shot.
His character deserves to rot in hell.
His character's name is Marvel. Yeah, Marvel sucks ass. But it's gotta be my favorite project that he's in, obviously.
Fair enough. I love The Hunger Games. I read the book so that my mom would take me to see it in theaters in 2012. And the same applied for Catching Fire. And then I was like, I can't get through Mockingjay the book. Maybe one day I will. I literally tried 3 times. I tried
Jenna's
3 times.
Listening.
Well, I know. Jenna, I would love for you to send a voice memo to Cam convincing me to read that book. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't get into it.
No one could convince you to read it now. You don't read.
Well, I think I might reread the Hunger Games books. I think that would
not before you read Percy Jackson.
Would that not be a good segue back into reading?
Yeah, it would be.
Okay, then I might have to do that.
Will you read the prequel before the movie?
Yeah, I will.
Word.
I will.
Word.
All right.
I'm glad I got you on that one. I thought you were gonna guess that I was gonna say the Hunger Games.
All right, the next one for the memes. Ready?
Yeah.
Josh Peck, 3, 2, 1.
Drake and Josh. Has he been in anything else?
He's been in this movie called Drill Bit Taylor, which I actually never.
Was he in
watched.
one episode of the iCarly reboot?
I don't know. He was in How I Met Your Father, I think.
Oh, wow.
He's in this movie called Mean Creek, where he plays a bully. And he is keep in mind, this is 2004, okay?
My favorite Josh Peck project, David Dobrik vlogs.
So, yeah, he's in this movie called Mean Creek in 2004. He's on a boat on a creek, and there's a scene. And this is picture sort of chubby, lovable Josh Peck when he's 2004, 2005. He cusses out everyone on this boat. In middle school, I watched that scene 100 times out of context, and I was like, "This is hilarious" because it's Josh Peck going on this cuss rant. In context, it's pretty shitty, but he's saying the most expletives I've ever heard. He goes on this rant.
Wow.
So you can imagine, as an 8th grader, I was like, "Oh, this is hilarious."
Yeah.
But weird. If anyone knows of Mean Creek, let me know. But it's Drake and Josh. Come on.
Yeah.
Megan.
Next.
Alden Ehrenreich. 3, 2, 1 Solo, a Star Wars story.
Oppenheimer.
Fair. You haven't seen Solo, and you know what? And that's okay to say.
Guys, don't cancel me.
That's okay to say.
So I think the only Star Wars movie I haven't seen is a Solo.
That's fine.
Sorry.
I think you'd like it. I think especially removed from the hype. And it's honestly a damn shame the movie flopped because I was like, oh, this movie sucks the first time I saw it.
What was the reason I didn't see it? I didn't see it with you for some reason.
I think you literally were like, it's not Harrison Ford. I'm not going. And I was like, fair.
Sorry, I'm loyal. What can I tell you?
It came out the same week as it was right around Deadpool 2 and
I'm
Infinity
loyal
War.
to my mans.
So I was I went and saw it opening night on Thursday, but I was disappointed. But I watched it last year for the first time since the years, and I was like, wow, this movie's actually really fun. So I would recommend it. Woody Harrelson's in it. And Paul Bettany. Woody Harrelson's Haymitch.
That's what I was saying. Thank you so much.
And Paul Bettany is he's Vision.
Oh. Word.
And then Emilia Clarke's literally the main role in the movie.
I know that.
You would like
I know
it.
that one.
And so Donald Glover's. I know, it's
guys,
a good cast.
I'll watch it eventually.
It's a good cast. Now I want to shout out. Now before we move on to the Barbie cast game, I want to shout out some people who do appear in this movie.
Go for it.
Gary Oldman, unrecognizable as Truman.
Favorite Gary Oldman movie?
Off the Dome. Okay, Off the Dome.
Order of the Phoenix.
3, 2, 1.
Order of the Phoenix.
Wow. Over Prisoner.
Yeah, just not because it's my favorite Harry Potter movie,
I was
but
gonna
just
say Prisoner.
You can say Prisoner. I'm just saying because he dies in Order of the Phoenix.
I know, but because of the scene, I literally get chills every time. It's so well directed when he's like, "I did my waiting."
12 years of it in Azkaban.
And then Lupin comes in and you're like, wait, is Lupin a bad guy? And then you realize that Peter Pettigrew is Scabbers. It's such a great scene.
You watched that movie for the first time with me, right?
Yes. I was like, what is going on? I literally was so confused. I was like, is Lupin a bad guy? I was upset. But no, I go that. And then I want to throw a few more out.
Go ahead.
Because there's a loaded cast for Oppenheimer. I want to just mention some people who are in the movie. Rami Malek.
Twilight. Darling.
Rami Malek's in Twilight?
Darling.
No shit?
He's in Breaking Dawn.
No, he's not.
Keep talking.
He's in Twilight?
Babes.
I've seen the movies. I don't remember him being in Twilight.
Darling.
Rami Malek is not in Twilight.
Babes.
Who does he play?
You're embarrassing
yourself. Does he
yourself.
play a vampire?
You're embarrassing yourself.
Who does he play? Who does Rami Malek play in Twilight?
Benjamin.
Oh my god. He's such a character.
He's the one that
he's in the final
he
battle?
can control all the elements.
Oh shoot. It's time for a Twilight rewatch.
He meets Renesmee and makes a little tornado in the palm of her hand. I think.
Have literally no recollection of that happening, so
Babes,
I need to rewatch the series.
Embarrass yourself. That was
I need to rewatch the series. Clip it. I don't care.
I will. That was a good clip.
That's actually funny. Yeah. That reminds me of those two dudes who who always just have these clips on TikTok.
Oh yeah, where
you know
it's
what
like,
I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
They
exactly
look like brothers, but they're not.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
So Casey Affleck's in this movie. I'll go Manchester by the Sea or the Ocean's movies. He's literally in a small scene, but he's won an Oscar. He's Ben Affleck's brother. He's in Good Will Hunting.
I was to say, is he the one that's in Good Will Hunting?
My boy's wicked smart.
Yeah.
He's in it. And then Kenneth Branagh, Sir Gilroy Lockhart. He's in it. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's frankly insane. But anyway, let's move on to Barbie.
Barbie. Okay.
You want to start with the big dogs, or let's end with the big dogs this time?
All right, so we'll go backwards. We're gonna go with Issa Rae. This one's a pretty easy one.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Across the Spider-Verse. I don't think I've seen much else that
she has a show that I saw a clip from in school once, but I haven't watched it.
Honestly, her lines in Barbie, all of them pretty much made me laugh.
Yeah.
Where like it's girls' night and Barbie's like, I have to go. The president's here, and it cuts to Issa Rae, and she's like, I am here. You're welcome. That shit made me laugh. I don't care.
I'm looking her up real quick to make sure I didn't miss anything, but
I don't think you did. I looked at her.
Insecure is the name. I've seen like an episode of that, but this was in like a class I took in college. But yeah, it looks like. Oh wait, I've seen The Lovebirds. That movie was fine, but no, I'd still say Across the Spider-Verse for her.
Yeah, she's great. I'm excited to see her in Beyond the Spider-Verse because I think
Yeah.
the character of Jessica Drew, there's a lot of question marks around her for me personally.
For sure. Who's next?
Next, Alexandra Shipp. 3, 2, 1.
Tick, tick, boom. She's in that. She's
incredible.
She's
the green dress.
Yeah. She's amazing in that.
She's great. She's so
The
good.
scene on the rooftop's really good in that movie.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yep. So Tick, Tick, Boom. Next.
You know what else she's in? Technically, House of Anubis. That TV show I love.
Yeah, the one that I thought. Was that the one where there was a whole Aaron Taylor Johnson thing, or is that?
Yes.
He's in Angus Thongs and Perfect
Yes,
Snog.
which came out 15 years ago today.
Really?
Yes.
It's creepy.
Or maybe it was yesterday. I saw it on Twitter and I was like, oh my God. Wow.
Creepy.
No, I was watching House of Anubis and Chris was like, oh, is this the one Aaron Taylor Johnson's in? I was like, no.
No, it was on air, dude. It was
What?
on the live stream.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, hand to God right now.
You're like, Aaron Taylor Johnson's in this show. I was like, you're on crack cocaine.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
He was not, and I was
he
exposed.
was wrong, obviously. That's why you don't talk about things you haven't seen.
Yep.
Simu Liu next.
3, 2, 1. Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. I haven't seen him in anything else besides
Literally
Shang-Chi
Barbie
and
and Shang-Chi. So
is he in anything else?
No, he's in like. I'm pretty sure he was. You know, like how they do stock photos for like.
Yes,
printer
he was
paper.
in like a bunch
I think
of
he
Apple
was
ones.
like,
Yeah, that's my favorite project he's been a part of.
Yeah.
Michael Cera.
3, 2, 1. Super
bad. I have seen it once. I don't think
mean,
I've seen anything else that Michael Cera's in. Actually, you know what? I might change my answer to Barbie. I
Okay.
love him as Alan.
Yeah, he's great.
That clip of him dancing that's all over TikTok is so funny to me.
Yeah, he's a very funny dude in that movie, and again, he has like some scene-stealing type lines and moments.
He's so funny.
But he plays Evan in Superbad, and he's got some hilarious moments in there. Like, God, that movie's so funny. It's a comedy classic for
I've
me.
only seen it once.
He's
I
the
should
least
see it
funny.
again.
He's the least funny of the three main leads in that film because it's Jonah Hill and Christopher Mintz-Plasse who plays McLovin, but he's still hilarious.
Yeah, I love Michael Cera.
Who's next?
Will Ferrell?
Ooh.
I don't know what you're gonna say for this. I think you know a lot more Will Ferrell movies than I do.
It's true. He's the comedy
I think
legend.
you know what I'm gonna say.
I should. 3, 2, 1, the
Elf.
other guys.
Elf. Elf is like my favorite Christmas movie. It's me and my sister's Christmas movie. It's like the one we always watch.
Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.
It's funny though because
was pretty fun.
Barbie kind of has an elfish vibe.
I swear
to
to
it.
God, it does. And the whole first act, and that's why I was like, "This is amazing." And then it became something.
And then
a
it
little
got
bit-
even better. But yeah, Elf was like the Christmas movie me and my sister would always put on at my grandma's house. I think we even sometimes played Elf when it wasn't Christmas time because it's just a good movie.
Yeah,
it's a good
I mean,
vibes.
I did that with Home Alone, so I can't blame you.
We put on Elf during Thanksgiving.
Fair. It's a great movie.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's like I don't even think he realized. No one realized how big that would be.
Yeah,
It's
he's
kind
so
of a
funny.
risky movie. You know that he was offered like a shitload of money to do Elf 2, and he said, "No, I'm not touching it because I don't want to ruin the classic."
He's so smart.
I'm glad. You know how bad that would be now? That movie would suck.
He's so funny
Elf
in it.
2
Like when
would
he's
be
singing,
god-awful.
it's like, "You're my dad, and you didn't know I was born, but I'm here now. And guess what? I love you. I love you. I love you."
I'm in a store and I'm singing. He's just so funny. And then I really can't stay.
Yeah,
and
so
then he's like in the,
funny.
That movie is
he's
iconic
like
as hell.
that movie will always make me laugh.
Yeah, that's an
Always.
iconic movie. Mine's The Other Guys. This is one of my favorite comedies of all time.
Not
You've never
the
seen
Anchorman.
it. No.
Okay, interesting.
It's got Mark Wahlberg, and
This is one I have not
this
seen.
is a movie I quote
Mark
almost
Wahlberg.
daily with my friends. It is, if you ever hear me say like aim for the bushes, this is from that. That was with The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson because they're also in this movie. Yeah, but
Do you?
there's so many funny moments. Like there's this whole desk scene. It's hilarious, but there's this moment I send to my friends all the time. It's like Will Ferrell. He's kind of a hard ass cop, or a tight ass, I should say. And so he's literally at his desk job, and it turns to 9:15, and he goes, "All right, 9:15, everyone's have a great day." And like, right when he finishes that, this guy goes, "Cut the shit!" Like it's just these funny. It's so funny. I've watched the bloopers of that so many times, and like the extended cut. It is so damn funny. One of, if not the funniest movie I've ever seen, I would say.
There's a question. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you think there is a multiverse somewhere where Mark Wahlberg is in the Saw films
Yes.
instead of our boy Donnie?
Yeah, I do.
Mark or Donnie Wahlberg? Which one?
Mark.
I'm picking Donnie.
Marky Mark.
I'm picking Donnie.
That's fair. I mean, they both have controversial pasts, so. Anyway,
You have better eyesight than me. What number is that on the camera?
21. Do you want to
Okay,
stop?
no, we're good. We
Okay.
got time.
By the way, for those wondering what that was, camera only records for 30 minutes. But we
Yeah,
have
sorry.
2 people left from Barbie.
Yes, we do.
Who do you want to do first?
Who do you want to do first?
Ryan,
Okay.
because Margot is the lead.
Ryan Gosling.
All right.
Favorite project.
3, 2,
3,
1,
2, 1.
Crazy Stupid
La La
Love.
Land. That was really hard for me.
Yeah. I knew that one of us would pick La La Land, so that's why I didn't pick it.
I watch Crazy Stupid Love more than I watch La La Land, I think. But that's only because La La Land disturbs me mentally and emotionally and physically. Like it's a toll on me.
Does the film break you?
A lot. It's really hard.
It's
for me.
very hard to rewatch that movie, honestly. I don't rewatch it much at all.
But it's a masterpiece to me.
It's a great movie.
It's
5
a
out of 5 movie,
great
easily.
great
The
movie.
soundtrack's fun to listen to in the
So
car.
good. I'm
Movies-
always listening
movies,
to the soundtrack.
You know, insanely great.
I love the part, like I love the soundtrack where they're singing, but the music where they're not singing, like Planetarium,
Oh my
probably
god.
maybe one of my favorite
Justin
scores.
Hurwitz, I believe,
Yeah.
composed that.
Planetarium's probably one of my favorite scores of any movie
Oh.
ever. I'm gonna be honest. I need that on vinyl.
vinyl. It's so
Yeah,
good.
I love our old Disney vlog to that
Me
music.
too. 2018. It was a great time. And then there's one Barbie actor left, and then I'm gonna. Did I do something wrong?
No, I'm curious to see who you put for her.
It's kind of like tough as hell, actually.
I think it's hard for you.
But I have to look. I went to my Letterboxd and I looked at 5 out of 5 movies, and I was like, oh yeah, it's probably this one.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. The Wolf.
I,
of Wall
Tanya.
Street.
Oh, really? I thought you were gonna put Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
3, 2, 1. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Thank you for reminding me she's in that movie. I don't know why
You keep forgetting that.
I don't know why. I literally love the movie. I just don't know why I forget Margot's in it, and it's honestly because she barely has any lines in the movie.
Is your full answer Once Upon a Time
It's
in
Once
Hollywood?
Upon a Time in Hollywood, yes.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. I forget she's in the movie. I swear.
That's
she's,
like the second time that's happened.
Yeah, I know. She's just wandering around as Sharon Tate. She doesn't speak much. It's because the movie is Leo and Brad Pitt's like 100% they're the movie. And so then I'm like, oh shit, you're right, she's in the movie. It's honestly my favorite project she's in, but it's not even close to my favorite performance of hers.
Yeah.
She doesn't speak
What's your
much.
favorite performance?
I, Tanya.
100% I, Tanya.
Yeah, she
That's
should have
why
won the
I
Oscar.
said I, Tanya.
Yeah. But my favorite movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's the ultimate hangout, chill movie. It's hilarious. It's Tarantino nonsense. I love it. She's in it, and I just forget. I don't know why. I just do. My brain does not process.
You're so funny.
Yeah. Wolf of Wall Street, though, really close.
Wolf of Wall Street's a very good second answer. That would be my second answer for her, probably. I haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I would also say The Suicide Squad.
That's a good one.
She's got a great filmography.
Why is she like kind of
I would also say I like Babylon. So she's in...
oh, yeah.
Yeah, she stays eating.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Dude, she's so good.
Yes.
I put I, Tanya, though. I, Tanya is like again, one of my favorite movies ever filmed where we live, filmed where my mom figures. My mom is a figure skater, so it's one of her favorite movies. Yeah. Filmed where she figure skates every morning, which was a hoot and a half for her.
I had my second grade birthday party there.
I've had all my birthday parties there pretty much.
I always even last year.
Yeah, I always go figure skating for my birthday just because my birthday's
I wasn't invited. I'm kidding.
My birthday's in Christmas time,
Yeah.
so like it's just an easy go-to.
Fair.
And my mom is a figure skater, so I'm just used to the vibes, I guess.
Yeah.
So it was filmed there. Sebastian Stan is amazing in it. Obviously, Paul Walter also amazing. It's just a really great cast.
All around, it is.
All spectacular, all of it.
Yep. Oscar coming soon for Margot and Ryan. One day they'll win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to do one quick thing before we wrap this up.
Go ahead.
Rank the 3 Greta Gerwig movies. Barbie, Little Woman, Lady Bird. I have my answer. I'll go first. Number 1, Little Woman. Number 2, Lady Bird. Number 3, Barbie. She hasn't made a bad movie.
Little Women over Lady Bird for you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't rewatch either of those movies much ever, frankly. But the scene where Timothée Chalamet is like, Joe, I have loved you. And like that, just the performances in that movie.
Yeah.
And Florence eats in that movie. She got nominated for an Oscar.
She's Amy March. According to my sister, I'm very Amy March coded.
I also love Lady Bird. We saw that in the theaters.
I know we did. I remember.
I'm proud of that.
We were at the Mall of Georgia.
I've seen every Greta Gerwig movie in theaters.
So have I.
Yeah.
As we should.
Together,
Greta Gerwig
actually.
stands. Aw, that's so cute.
She technically co-directed another movie, but we're not counting that. So what's your ranking of them? Mine's Little Woman, Lady Bird, and Barbie.
God, I feel uncomfortable ranking these.
Why?
Because it makes me sad that I have to put one last.
Do what you need to do.
I think I'm going to go Little Women. Maybe recency bias has me putting Barbie and then Little Women. Not Little Women, sorry. Little Women, Barbie, Lady Bird. Okay. Even though it hurts me. It hurts me to do it. Little Women is just so spectacular. Mm-hmm. It's the first time Amy March as a character has been done justice. Normally she's just fully portrayed as a brat and like the worst sister. And it used to be an insult to call someone Amy March.
Damn.
Which is probably why my sister likes to tell me I'm Amy March coded. But it's not anymore.
Shout out Bob Odenkirk. Small role in that movie. Shout out Laura Dern. Small role in that movie.
Didn't she get an Oscar?
That was for Marriage Story.
Oh,
and shout out Emma Watson. Hermione.
Yes.
Great cast.
And I have no idea who plays Beth.
No.
Couldn't tell you the actress's name.
No, I don't either.
Great. Do you wish that Saoirse Ronan and Timothée Chalamet were in Barbie?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
We were robbed. And Florence.
Well, the thing is just that
they could have just been John Cena and Dua Lipa were in the film.
I think
they
Greta Gerwig
literally made them.
Greta tried to get Timothy and Saoirse, but they were busy.
I mean, it makes sense.
Because
I don't know what Saoirse's up to lately, but Timothy's been damn busy.
They've been in all of her movies except for now Barbie.
Yeah. Damn shame.
Real upsetting.
Time to cast. Oh my God.
What?
Greta Gerwig's confirmed to do multiple Narnia films. It's time. Timothée Chalamet, Mr. Tumnus, confirmed.
You know who I want to play Mr. Tumnus?
Who?
Joseph Quinn. He looks just like him.
Jesus, that's funny.
When he gets a little patch on his chin, he looks exactly like him.
Yeah, so essentially, here's what to take away from this episode. Timothée Chalamet is... oh, sorry. Timothée Chalamet, Mr. Tumnus. Barbenheimer was a success. Mm-hmm. And just like in Oppenheimer with the arms race, sort of, and the, race to create the nuclear bomb and the Cold War, we're running out of time here.
What's it say?
It says 28 minutes. We have We
We
have
have
like a
1
minute,
minute.
if that.
Oh my god, the bomb is counting down. Any last words?
Yeah, let me play Ludwig Göransson's score to serenade our deaths.
Go ahead.
Okay. You want to do the outro?
Yeah, I'll do the outro. Let me post it up. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being patient with us while we figure out a schedule for the podcast and stuff. I know we're sporadic, but would it be the unusual podcast without an unusual schedule? I personally don't think so. I think it's very on brand for us to be this unusual.
I think it is. Just post whenever, doing whatever. But it's good to be back. This was my favorite one I've done in a long time. Energy was good.
Yes, we had a good morning.
Good day leading up to it. I'm feeling good. And
I think it's good when we don't
yeah.
film it at night.
I think so, yeah. So I'll leave you with Ludwig. Godly score.
Yeah.
And until next time,
Stay
stay
unusual.
unusual.